Hello, everybody. I know it's been a really long time since I made a video. It's been, I think, about a year, and I just thought that I would come on here and kind of let everybody know what's going on. Um, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. Those of you that watched my videos before know that me and my weenie dog took a trip to, oh gosh, where'd all we go? New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. And then I was gone for, I don't know, maybe about a month or maybe a little over a month. It's been a while, so I can't remember exactly how long I was gone. But when I came home, I ended up having to leave my house or my home that I shared with my husband because there was an infestation of rats that had been there, I guess, for quite some time. I had noticed them, and me and my granddaughter that was living with me at the time, we trapped a lot of them, like 20. And I'm not talking mice, I'm talking rats. Like, I know the difference. But anyway, I had to leave. Adult Protective Services was involved in it. And in the meantime, I guess because I had been away from the house for so long and then went back to it, it just made me deathly ill. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I felt like I had the flu. I was in and out of the emergency room, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times. And every time I went in, as soon as the doctor found out that I had cancer, they wouldn't even come within 10 feet of me to examine me or even listen to my heart or, take my vitals or whatever. They didn't do it. And so there was one doctor in particular that I said that I thought I might have come down with hantavirus because of the rats, or that I was so sick because of mold in the house. And he just blew me off, said that we didn't have hantavirus in this part of the country, and kind of reminded me of back when I had West Nile. I asked 8 different doctors what were the symptoms of West Nile, and the 9th one that I asked that finally tested me, and I did have West Nile. So anyway, make a long story longer, I ended up having to leave the house because it was, like I said, it was making me deathly ill. And once I was basically just homeless. This friend of mine had let me stay with her for about a week or so, and then she ended up being one of those people that, if you owed her your whole life. She kept pushing me to go to all these different places for help, and I already knew that I wasn't going to be able to get any help at that point, just because I still had money coming in from the job that I had to leave. And I knew that, so it was really a waste of my time. It was a waste of everybody else's time, and it was also a waste of my energy. But anyway, in the meantime, I was so deathly sick, and my brother, bless his heart, has been gracious enough to let me stay with him. And so, therefore, almost 3 months, I guess, I was just basically parked on the couch. I couldn't even get up hardly to go to the bathroom. Taking a shower was out of the question. Getting up and going into the kitchen and making myself something to eat was also out of the question. I lost like 65 pounds in a very short amount of time because I couldn't eat. And so in the meantime, you know, you would think if you were married to someone that cared about you, that they would at least call you on the phone and ask you if you were okay, where you were at, you know, the whole 9 yards. And there's nothing from my husband. He won't text me. He won't speak to me. I mean, nothing. So he did step up for about 3 months, 3 or 4 months, and he made my motorcycle payment for me. But he made sure that he told me that the only way that he was going to help me out was if there was something in it for him. And so during the time that I was not able to go ride my motorcycle and it was at our home, he took all my stuff out of it, you know. And if you've got a car or a motorcycle or whatever, I mean, even your purse, you know, there's certain things that you keep in it all the time. And so he took all my stuff out of my motorcycle. He has one, and there, you know, there's another one there as well. He took my keychain off of my key and put his on there. Made sure that, you know, he let me know that the only reason he was doing this was so that he could get something out of it. He has been, and I'm not going to go into everything he's done, but it's been nasty the last probably 6 months having to try to deal with him. And there's no talking to him. If I try to get him on the phone, like if I text him, he just ignores me. If I try to call him on the phone, he may or may not answer. And most of the time, if he does answer, he just hangs up on me. And then he'll ignore me for weeks. So, in the meantime, I'm still over here at my brother's. And all of my stuff, you know, all my household stuff, 90% of my clothes and all that is still over at my marital house. And so I went over there the other day, and I do still have a key to the front door, but I went over there the other day to get I can't remember, it was like, I don't know, some seasonings or something from out of the kitchen. And when I was walking back out the door, I could see that he had bought a brand new set of new door locks. So now I guess he's gonna lock me out of the house. And this is coming from, I had inherited 3 rifles from my dad. My dad's been dead for about 20 years. And Robert has had them basically held hostage. I didn't know where they were. I haven't seen them in years and years and years. I knew he hadn't gotten rid of them because he won't get rid of anything. But I told him that I needed my rifles. And so this is in the same breath that he tells me that he doesn't have any money to help me, you know, to help me pay bills or anything. Because now I don't get a paycheck anymore. I'm just on disability. So I'm getting like nothing basically to live on. And so in the same breath that he tells me that he can't help me because he doesn't have any money, he's asking me why I want my rifles back. And I said, well, they're mine. And I said, dude, I need money and you're not helping me. So he pops off and says, well, I'll buy them from you. And I'm like, if you got the money to buy those for me, then why don't you have the money to help me out? I'm still your wife. I'm still your wife. And so that's why he's mad, because I took those rifles that belonged to me. They were inherited by me way before he came into the picture. And since I took those back, now he's mad. He's going to lock me out of the house. I've had to break down and go ask a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in years to borrow money from her. And thank God she was able to give me, you know, not what I needed, but some. And I had to start a GoFundMe page to try to get some money together. And like, I had a pretty hefty knife collection that I've collected for over 30 years. And now the biggest part of that collection is on eBay because I'm trying to get money. I know there's always two sides to every story, but if you go to such great lengths to make sure that a woman marries you, and you've lied about every aspect of your life, your education, your marital status, yeah, I mean, really the only thing that he didn't tell me that was a lie was his name. Through the years, he'll lie to me about stupid stuff that doesn't even matter. And so now, when I am in such a fragile condition with my health, I shouldn't have to be worried about, you know, the bills or how I'm going to pay for groceries or how I'm going to put gas in the car to get to my appointments. And he's doing nothing but making it hard on me. He, you know, and now he's going to lock me out of the house, lock me away from my stuff. And so I'm never been one to ask for help. It's always been me that's tried to bust my butt to help other people and to help my friends and to try to come up with a solution for people. And now I feel like I'm having to beg strangers for just $5 or $10 here and there. I feel like one of those people standing on the corner with a cardboard sign, you know? I really don't know what else. I don't know what to do. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to divorce him. But I have talked to several attorneys and they're wanting so much money. And I've got tens of thousands of dollars in back medical bills that any of the programs that I've talked to and some that I have been accepted for, they don't go back as far as these medical bills have gone. So I just don't know what else to do, you know? I'm not ready to just lay down and give up on my life. I feel like I still have something to give to other people. But I just feel like I keep getting kicked in the teeth and kicked in the teeth and kicked in the teeth. Especially by him. And so I guess if anybody's out there that knows what else I can possibly do to try to raise money, I mean, I've done everything I know. I don't have anything left to sell, and the things that I do have, now I'm locked away from them, you know. And I know it's illegal for him to do that. But to be totally honest with you, I'm scared of him, because he's like a loaded cannon with a short fuse. He has absolutely no emotion. There's no sympathy. There's no empathy. He doesn't feel anything towards me other than hostility. And I just don't understand how somebody can be like that. And to be, I mean, he's obviously very mentally unstable. He has pulled a gun on me in the past. And I never go over there when I know he's there, because I don't know what he's going to do. He's got, I don't know, probably $15,000 or $20,000 worth of alcohol in the house. And he's got firearms in the house. He's got thousands and thousands of rounds of ammunition in the house. And then the last time that I talked to him about my rifles, he kept trying to get me to come over there. Like, he wouldn't talk to me on the phone. He just kept saying to come over to the house. And I'm afraid that if I do that, or if I had done that, that he would have just killed me and then shot himself. And, you know, I'm having to fight pretty hard, but I'm not ready to go yet, people. So the only thing I know to do is to keep this GoFundMe page going, and just to make a plea, and as bad as I hate to, beg people that I have no clue who you are, but to please find it in your heart to give, even if it's $5 or $10. Because I've got to keep fighting for myself, and I can't afford to fight him if he decides he's gonna go get an attorney, or, you know, whatever. He still has his job. Oh, and the kicker. Here's the kicker. He told me this year when I started asking him about filing our income taxes, he told me that his retirement had gotten hacked, and he owed, I don't know, I think he said $15,000 to the IRS. And that I needed to file by myself. And so I did. And I figured that he lied about it, but, you know, I couldn't prove anything. And so the IRS took my return to pay on what he owed. And then I had gone through TurboTax to prepare it. And so then I was out $89 on top of not getting my return to have to pay them, and they took it straight out of my account. And then I was in the house when, you know, I noticed that the door locks and stuff had been bought, and I found paperwork showing that he had withdrawn money from his retirement, and a substantial amount of money, in 2023, 24, and 25. So, you know, instead of just facing the music and saying, okay, I withdrew this money and, you know, we got to claim it on our taxes, he's letting me take the fall for it. And now I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to get an income tax back, anymore with him owing $15,000. So anyway, I need all the prayers I can get. And like I said, I don't know what else to do. I'm so desperate to try to get some of this rectified. And the stress that's involved with having to deal with him and just my daily life is taken away from me being able to concentrate on my healing from this cancer. So one more time, I've got the GoFundMe page up, and if anybody can, I mean, even if it's $1, if it's $5, it all adds up. It all adds up. And I have had, I don't know, a few people that have given to me, and it helps. It helps so much. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to be a begging and cry fest, but, you know, I guess sometimes you just gotta talk it out. So, anyway, I'll let you guys go for now. And if you can help, please, please help. And I appreciate anything that anybody can give. Thanks.